Ladies and gentlemen, the Trucks have left Busch Stadium for Jupiter, so spring training is underway, and baseball's best fans will soon be rooting on the Cardinals down the street. So let's meet one of Major League Baseball's most feared relievers from the 1980s. Tonight's induction is one of many awards he's collected, ranging from Rookie of the Year, Fireman of the Year, National League pennant winner. Let's hear about all of them. Ron Jacober will interview Todd Worrell.
Rolade spells relief in the National League, Toddworrell, winner of this year's Rolaids Relief Man Award in the National League. Todd set a Major League record for saves by a rookie with 36 to become the first rookie ever to win the award. Just as Rolaids has spelled relief for millions, Todd Worrell has spelled relief for the Cardinals. Rolaids salutes Todd Worrell.
Well, let's go back to the 1980s. And the first question I have for this guy. Test 1, 2, okay. How does a guy get from a Bible college in California to the major leagues?
Well, at least I got through 5 years of college. And that I wasn't looking for a pro.
It wasn't exactly a baseball factory there, right?
No, that's correct. At Biola University.
But a Cardinal scout saw you?
Yep. Yeah, my 5th year, I got back on the, well, I played quite a few positions, and on my 5th year, our coach put me back on the mound, and I ended up throwing the ball around 95 miles an hour.
You can always throw hard, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Now, all right, they did draft you. You kind of went through the Cardinal minor league system rather quickly, but let's go back to 1985. They called you up in August, right? They needed somebody in the bullpen. And they called you up, and it didn't take long for you to establish yourself as their closer.
Yes, that was a lot of things going quick for me, and they were working with me in AAA, and were giving me some opportunities for a stopper.
Right.
And I'm trying to think of.
Well, you pitched in.
Joe.
Go ahead.
The manager, Joe. Oh, I'm blanking on it.
That's all right. You pitched in 3 of the 5 games of the NL Championship against the Dodgers, right?
Yes.
And that's when you really excelled. There was a time when the Cardinals won that game. You won the save. They won it 3-1. You earned the save. Let's go to Game 5. I remember that very well, of the World Series. Now, I was in Kansas City covering that thing, and in Game 5, you struck out all 6 batters you faced. Only 2 other pitchers in World Series history had done that. Were you aware of that?
Not immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until the game was over.
You struck out all 6 guys. But
I don't count the pitcher.
But let's go to Game 6. Game 6 is one I vividly remember, and I'm sure you do too. You relieved Ken Daly start the 9th inning of Game 6. Cardinals were leading 1-0, 3 outs away from winning the World Series. And you win that World Series, Whitey Herzog goes into the Baseball Hall of Fame several years earlier because that would have been his 2nd World Championship. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. You're winning 1-0. Leadoff hitter for Kansas City hit a ground ball to the mound. Jack Clark fielded through to you. Now, there was posters made, I don't know how many of those you signed, of you with your foot on first base, catching the ball, and an umpire named Don Dankinger called the runner safe. The Royals went on to win the game, and then the Joaquin Andujar debacle in
Yes.
Game 7. But that play at first base, I remember, well, I was there, and I remember hearing the replay, Jack Buck questioning it. Now, there was replay in those days, but they didn't use the replay to change a play. And it was so obvious that Denkinger missed the call. Kind of go back to that for a minute.
Yeah, it was a tough situation because the ball, Orta, when he hit the ball, was a high hopper. It wasn't, I couldn't, usually the pitcher is going to be covering that. It got over my head, and I had to go to the plate, excuse me, to cover the plate the bag. And Jack is
Clark.
running into the grass.
Right.
And by the time I got to the plate, or to the
First base?
there, I had, that's a lot of people have seen it. I'm all stretched out, and the ball just barely in the glove there, and then it was chaos after that.
Yes, it was.
Unfortunately.
Yes, it was. Herzog went nuts, but so did most of the Cardinals at that time go crazy because he missed the call. Years later, I was on a panel with Don Denkinger at a fundraiser for St. Louis University baseball. So we spent the night together, and he told me how bad he felt about missing that play, because he knew it was pretty obvious pretty quickly, I guess, that he blew the play, but he couldn't go back and change it. He said, "I will take this to the grave with me," and he did recently, by the way. Yes, he did, because it was one of the most glaring mistakes. And had baseball been wise enough to be able to use replay, they would have overturned that call.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals, odds are, would have won that game and won the World Series.
That was the game. I mean, when things start to fly off the wheel, which is what happened in that inning, Jack Clark, missed a high fly ball over by the dugout that is a capable,
It was a foul ball, huh?
foul ball, yeah, and then it just unwired,
Yeah.
and it seemed like, everyone, I don't know how you want to try to say it, it just kind of popped our bubbles with that play.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
Now, the next year, you really established yourself as one of the top closers in the game. You won Rookie of the Year. You had, how many, 44 saves, I think?
Yeah.
In 1996. Why were you so good? Did you throw that hard? People today, go ahead. I've got a question about that.
Yeah. I think as far as my velocity, we got a good stature, and my arm was able to, I could really bend, excuse me, I actually could take my right, arm and unload it behind my elbow. And when you can do that, you're going to be able to throw a ball at it hard.
Now, I've always felt that one of the worst things that's happened to baseball is the radar gun. The reason I say that is everybody now is so captivated, so concerned about how hard the pitchers are throwing. And you even see it flash on the scoreboard after every pitch, 97, 98. And several of the guys around the league are throwing over 100 miles an hour. They're throwing, they're not pitching.
Well, can I get some water?
Yeah, get some water.
I would, on the velocity thing, nowadays they're doing the gun Thank you. They're doing the gun. They're doing the gun at the plate. I mean,
When a pitcher releases.
at the dugout. Not dugout. On the mound. And when I was playing, it was at the plate. So I was throwing the ball at 98 miles an hour at the plate.
Had they been
Most
doing
of
it
the
from
guys that are doing it now
Yeah.
are doing it from the mound.
from the mound? So
Yeah.
a lot of guys are hitting over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But when you were pitching, you know, it was against the rules, unwritten rules in baseball, I think, for the reliever to go more than one inning. Al Roboski told me how many times he went 2 and 3 and 4 innings. Bruce Sutter was the same way. And you were that way. But now, oh my God, we got to call an ambulance if he pitches more than one inning.
I know. I played a lot of 3-inning games, and Whitey would leave me out there, and
Yeah.
and I liked pitching 2-3 innings when I could, and instead of just throwing 1 inning
Well, you started as a starter, right, in the minor leagues?
in the minors. Yes.
Yeah. So you were used to going, more than one inning, obviously.
Yeah.
How has the game changed in your mind? Has it changed?
Oh. Well, yeah, I think it's changed quite a bit.
And
From when the era that I played, it's totally different when I watch a baseball game today.
what do you think of the pitch clock?
That's the only thing I like.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing they ever did, because we used to play teams, especially the pitchers, and so a lot of them would just take their time. And I was a kind of pitcher where I was all set on the mound. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the hitter to fix his gloves, do all that other crap and all that stuff.
We call it a human rain delay, by the way.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's a lot. I guess in the era that where I stand now, the game is gonna change, and it has.
Well, supposedly the pitch clock is knocked 30 minutes off the length of a game on average over the season.
Yeah.
So that helps.
That's
Let me
right.
throw a couple names at you, and then we'll let you go. What do you think? When I say Whitey Herzog, what's your reaction?
The best manager I've ever seen. I love the man. He worked with me, and
You knew where you stood with Whitey, didn't you?
yes, yeah. You knew where you were, and he would let you go. And I think he's probably the best manager in my era, for sure. The best.
Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie.
You're glad you played in front of him, right?
The first time I got up on the mound and started pitching, the big guys hit balls through the infield and stuff like that. And one of the days I throw the ball down there, and usually the pitcher, even though you got turned around, you know if it goes through the hole.
Yeah.
And so the first time that happened, I turned around. I kind of kicked the dirt a little bit, turned around. Ozzie was right there.
He was throwing it to first.
Yeah, first base, and never had to worry about that again. He could cover. He was always in the right spots at the right time.
One guy that never talked very much was Willie McGee. He also played behind you.
Willie? Yeah, that guy couldn't go get a fly ball. Really talented, and he's Willie was quiet.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Quiet.
Tough to get something out of him, but
Quiet doesn't describe
It was
Willie.
fun to watch him.
Yeah. You missed 2 full seasons with injuries, with an elbow and with a shoulder, was it?
Yeah, elbow. Yeah,
You had Tommy John?
yeah, Tommy John. Yeah, that kind of, and it took me 2 years to get back, and that hurt me a little bit, obviously.
A little bit?
Losing that time frame, but I got back on it, and
You had a couple of pretty good years after that, didn't you?
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame, Todd Worrell.